Madhye Padayena Prabhu Mahakutuhali. So Mahaprabhu happily taught Kutuhali. Kutuhali means happily taught to his students. It is a teaching process, is a learning process. But anyhow, for Lord, He is a source of all the knowledge. There can be no better activity than a teaching process. Because when you teach, automatically you start learning. You will study for learning. You will study for teaching. So when you study for teaching, you're also learning. So it is a learning process. Krishna is Ananta. Krishna's knowledge is also Ananta. In the material world, it is only one-sided. But in the spiritual world, it is two-sided. This learning process happens even for the one who is teaching and one who is hearing. Vishnu Taila Shire Dite Ache Kona Dase Ashesha Prakare Vyakhya Kore Nija Rase. So sometimes when the need arose, the Lord had a servant massage his head with medicated oil while he continued giving his unique explanation. You can find this even with Srila Prabhupada. When sometimes he used to be with his confidential devotees, what he used to do is he used to ask some of them to massage his body, massage his head. It's a very wonderful thing. Every day taking oil massage on the head. So now he used to tell his servant to do this. In his auspicious invocation to Vidagdha Madhava, Sri Rupa Goswami has explained Mahaprabhu's Nijarasa as follows. Anarpita charim chirat karunaiha avatirana kalau. Samarpayitu mudnatvo jalarasam swabhaktishriyam. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his costless mercy to bestow what no incarnation ever offered before. The most sublime and radiant spiritual knowledge of the mellow taste of his service. Or the phrase Nijarase may also mean according to his own confidential mood, or in his own pleasure or sport. Another reading for Nijarase is Nijavese, in his own mood. So here Nijarase has been given. This Nijarase can happen only with confidential devotees. With everyone, one cannot have Nijarasa. So Nijarasa, when he used to explain, then he used to be like in a very peaceful mood. One is formal mood, one is very peaceful and a confidential mood. So here Nijarasa means the confidential mood. When you have a formal mood, then you have your bench and your chair and all those things. So I still remember we used to learn Bhakti Shastri with Prabhuji. Initially, it used to be a very formal lectures. And a formal lectures means all 35, 40 students. And out of that, last, because that time it was not 1 year Bhakti Shastri and all. It is like, it used to go on like 10 years. Last class, only we 2-3 devotees were there. And at that time, Prabhuji used to lie down and then just give a wonderful class and then make us learn from every Acharya's commentary. That was a very confidential class. The confidential class means where a lot of Guhya Tattva is taught. So this cannot happen in a formal class. This can happen only with few confidential devotees where it is not a particular time or particular place. It can happen anywhere and everywhere. It is not a standard class or standard formal class. Ushah kale haite dui praharat avadhi padaiya ganga snane chale guna nidhi. So Lord is a reservoir of all transcendental qualities. He would teach from early morning till noon. Then he is to go for bath in Ganga. Nishar o aradhe ke yei mata pratidine padayena chintayena sabare apane. So every day he used to teach, every day, regularly taught and studied up to midnight. Regularly taught and studied up to midnight. That means he also used to study. He also used to teach. Now, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is setting an example. How should be the lifestyle of a devotee? That is setting an example. Ataiva Prabhusthane Varsheka Padaya Pandita Haine Sabe Siddhanta Janiya. Therefore, whoever studied under the Lord for 1 year would become a learned scholar who understood the conclusion of the scriptures. So Mahaprabhu, he is a crest jewel of instructions on the Satya Siddhanta or ultimate conclusions. He has sanctioned all proper conclusions regarding the basis of devotional service to the Lord. Moreover, he has made these topmost conclusions easily accessible to everyone, including the sinful. Corresponding with his threefold introduction to proper conclusions, Sri Sanatana Goswami has become Bhakti Siddhantacharya, the Acharya on the conclusions of devotional service. Sri Rupa Goswami has become Abhideyacharya, the Acharya for Acharya for the process of achieving the goal of life. Jiva Goswami's nourishment of those conclusions have become worshipable by all Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The confidential process of bhajan, based on all proper conclusions, that was followed by Sri Das Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, the staunch follower of Sri Rupa, is the devotee's original creeper of devotion, Vrindavan devotion. Those who had the opportunity to hear proper conclusions from the Lord for even 1 year could never be distracted from the service of Adokshaja by material knowledge. So here, Lord, Lord gave his knowledge to his confidential devotees. Now see, there were many devotees who used to learn from him. That is formal class. But there are certain topics which only to few confidential devotees it can be discussed, so that the preaching movement expands. So now here, Sanatana Goswami, he knew the conclusion of devotional service. That is why he is Bhakti Siddhantacharya. And Rupa Goswami, Abhideyacharya, you know the goal of life. One is conclusions on the topics, conclusions on the Siddhantas. The philosophy is taught. But then what is the conclusion? How to understand that very deeply? There are different rasatatvas. There are rasatatvas, there are different ways to understand one shloka. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's interpretation is there. Then you have the interpretation given by Baladev Vidyabhushan. Then you have the interpretation given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Everybody's interpretation, if you see, there is few little bit difference. What is that little bit difference? The difference in the Rasa Tattva. In those times when we used to read every Acharya's commentary. Now also, as much as possible in the Bhakti Shastri, we are trying to explain with Acharya's commentary. But we have to do Swadhyaya also. It is not just I do Bhakti Shastri, get a certificate. No. One chapter is to go for practically 1 year. Still our 8th chapter is going on. But anyhow, when your base is strong, other chapters become easy. 2 of us only were left. And then I still remember I used to be told to teach based on all the commentaries to the other person. So I used to teach. Based on all the commentaries, what are Rasa Tattva, how much difference is there? Little bit difference will be there, but that is based on Rasa Tattvas. Now, every Siddhanta has a conclusion. And that conclusion is Bhakti Siddhantacharya, which Sanatana Goswami is given. If you see Sanatana Goswami's commentary, Rupa Goswami's commentary, then Rupa Goswami has become Abhideyacharya. In the same commentary, there will be a goal which will be reflected. Jiva Goswami's commentary, if you see, Shadasandarbha, if you see, then how this Shadasandarbha evolved. So Shadasandarbha giving, it is like nourishment. Shadasandarbha is nothing but nourishment, the conclusions given by Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That is Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Jiva Goswami has given a proper nourishment for it. So in this way, if you see Raghunath Das Goswami, what did he do? He has given the confidential bhajana process. What should be the mood in Vrindavan? What should be the mood while living in or while residing near Govardhan? So that is the mood given by Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is a follower of Rupa Goswami. And in this way, the creeper the original keeper of Vrindavan, the devotional keeper of Vrindavan is nourished. He namate vidyarase achena ishvara vivadhir karya shachi chinte nirantara. So thus Lord enjoyed the scholastic pastimes. Knowledge is not limited. We cannot just limit our knowledge. Initially, it is a limited thing, and then we have to expand. Then only we can understand our Acharya's mode. Like it is said, Prabhupada books are enough. Yes. But to understand Prabhupada books, the mood of Prabhupada, Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya's commentary has to be studied. Then only we can understand Prabhupada's mood. Prabhupada's books are enough to understand Acharya's commentary, other way around also. That is why knowledge should not be just restricted to with sentiments. No, just I will read only Prabhupada books. I will not read Rupa Goswami's book. I will not read Sanatana Goswami's book. I will not read any other Sampraday's book. If the knowledge should be, the knowledge is vast. It is unlimited. When we read Acharya's commentary, proper authentic Sampraday's commentary, we can understand how much harmony is there in all Acharya's understanding of the Siddhanta. There is a harmony. And it is not deviating. Sadhu, Shastra, Guru. It will not deviate. We can understand how Srila Prabhupada has given so wonderful commentary. And based on that commentary, we can understand other Acharyas' books also. And when we read other Acharyas' book, we can understand Srila Prabhupada's mood. So, devotion is not limited. Devotional service is also not limited. Knowledge is also not limited. Knowledge is unlimited. Whatever we are gathering is just a drop of the vast ocean of spiritual knowledge. Even if we try to read the commentaries of other acharyas, then also it is just a drop. Because previous to those acharyas, again, we have so many acharyas. And practically, we don't have that much capacity to go through all the acharyas' commentaries. So whatever we are trying to do is just small gathering of Acharya's commentaries. Like now we are reading Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary. So we are able to understand that how Srila Prabhupada is so dedicated to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that his teachings is not deviating from the teachings of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And we can also understand that how Guru Parampara, again, it is a vast ocean of knowledge. Guru Parampara again is a vast ocean of knowledge. So when we are reading Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary, we can understand the commentary given by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, because everything is coming in the disciplic succession. Gaur Kishore Das Baba, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Rupa Goswami, all are coming in one. Prior to that also, from the Brahma, Lord giving the knowledge to Brahma. Just imagine Brahma's commentary then. Brahma giving the knowledge to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa to Madhvacharya. And in this way, the whole, and in that also there are so many branches. It is not just one word has been put. There are so many disciples of Madhvacharya. And in that, and then in this way, the disciplic succession. Now, so many branches cannot be shown. So many disciples also in small Guru Shishya disciple book, we cannot write so many. There are so many disciples who have written wonderful commentaries on Madhva's teachings. So like Vadiraj Tirtha's teachings and all, if you see, that is why we with our limited knowledge cannot pursue. So that is why it is said Prabhupada books are enough. Possible, we have to relish. There are books which have been given by acharyas. So that when we relish those, we can understand how Prabhupada has given everything to us. Everything has been given to us. But again, we should not have that sentimental thing that we will not read other books. No, if we get opportunity, read the Acharya's commentaries so that we can relish Prabhupada's books. Henamate vidyarase achena ishvaraha vivarakarye sachinin chinte nirantara. So now, Mother Sachi, she is meditating. There, Lord is enjoying the scholastic pastimes. Here, Sachi Mata is worried. because he's a young boy and he has lost his wife. Now he should get remarried. सर्वनवद्वीपे शचीनिर्वधीमनि पुत्रेण सदृशः कन्यः शचे अनुक्षणे. So Mother Sachi used to search throughout Navadvip for a wonderful bride for her son. Sei Navadvipe Vaise Mahabhagyavan Dayashila Swabhava Shri Sanatana Nama. In Navadvip, there was a fortunate and compassionate devotee. His name was Sanatan Mishra. अकैतव उदार परम विष्णु भक्तः तिथि सेवना पर उपकाररत सत्यवादी जितेन्द्रिय महावंशजातः पदवी पंडिता सर्वत्र विख्यात व्यवहारे ओ परम संपन्नैक जन अन्यायास अनायासे अनेकेर करेण पोषण. So his nature has been described. How he was a simple-hearted person, akaitava. It is said bhakti enters only those who are very simple by heart and magnanimous, udara. He should be broad-minded also. Parama Vishnu Bhakta, that is why he is Parama Vishnu Bhakta, he is the topmost Vishnu Bhakta. Atiti Sevana, he was expert in entertaining the guest or serving the guest. Para Upkararata, is always engaged in welfare activities. Satyavadi, he was truthful. Jitendriya, he has controlled his senses. Mahavamshah Jatah, he had a good birth. Padavi Rajapandita, he was known as Rajapandita, such a knowledgeable person. It is said one who has knowledge is always humble. One should be humble. If he has knowledge, he should be humble. Because if you have knowledge, that means you have a lot of fruits, knowledgeable fruits. The trunk which has a lot of fruits naturally bends down. So one should be humble if he has knowledge. Vyavahare o parama sampanna ekajana. So he belonged to a sampanna, very well-to-do family. Anayase anekera karina poshana. In this way, he easily could maintain many people. So the word akaitava, that means he was straightforward, simple, uncruel, without kaitava, duplicity, crookedness, or cunningness. Udara means charitable, great, advanced, peaceful, compassionate, sincere, steady, and grave. The kind-hearted Sanatan Mishra was decorated with many transcendental qualities. He did not know of duplicity. Rather, he was a great Vaishnava. He was expert in serving the guests, dedicated to helping others, attached to speaking the truth, dedicated to controlling the senses, and born in a high aristocratic family. He was famous throughout Navadvip as Rajapandita. Even in the ordinary worldly or social field, he was a great, wealthy, prosperous person. Therefore, he could easily maintain, nourish many people. At present, some duplicitous, sinful persons say that they do not care for truthful, simple, magnanimous, logical persons like Sanatan Mishra. In other words, they are not afraid of speaking lies, cheating, hoarding, and committing injustice. Therefore, they can never become prominent in this ordinary world. Sanatan Goswami, however, Sanatan Mishra, not Goswami, Sanatan Mishra. Sanatan Mishra, however, was not only situated in the topmost social position, but he was also decorated with many such transcendental qualities. Now, Tandra Kanya Achena Parama Sucharita Murtimati Lakshmi Praya Sei Jagan Mata. So Sanatan Mishra's daughter had all auspicious characteristics. She was like the personification of Lakshmi, the mother of the universe. Sachi Devi Tanre Dekilena Yei Kshane Yei Kanya Putra Yogya Bhujilena Mane. As soon as Mother Sachi saw her, she immediately thought that she was a suitable bride for her son. So Shishu Haite Duitina Bara Gangasnana Putra Matraha Vishnu Bhakti Vinena Hiyana. From her childhood, that girl took bath in Ganga 2 or 3 times a day. She had no engagement other than serving her father, mother, and Lord Vishnu. आईरे देखिया घाटे प्रतिदिने दिने नम्र hai namaskara gaurina charane. She regularly met and offered her humble obeisances to Mother Sachi at the Ganga Pading Ghat. So Mother Sachi used to say, "Au आई ओ करेना महाप्रीते आशीर्वाद योग्य प्रति कृष्ण तुम्हारा करुणा प्रसाद." So let Lord bless you with a suitable husband. Then Ganga snane ai mane karena kamana yei kanya amara putre hauka ghatana. Then as Mother Sachi took her bath, she thought, may this girl be married with my son. Ghatana means arrangement of marriage, or in other words, organization, assembly, or combination. Now here, what is understood? Actually, the marriage happens with the family. It is not girl sees the boy and the boy sees the girl. No. The whole Vivaha ceremony happens with the blessings of the elders. Nowadays, exactly opposite happens. The girl only selects a boy, and there is always a disturbance. Father, mother are not happy with a boy or a girl. So that is why blessings doesn't flow. It is the duty of the parents should see to see wonderful girl for their son, or wonderful boy for their daughter. And how is the selection done? Not by seeing just the bodily beauty. How much the boy is devotee of Krishna, how much the girl is devotee of Krishna. That is more important. So what has been seen, that this child, this girl, she is very suitable. Why? Because she had no other engagement except serving the lotus feet of Krishna. So Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandanaha bahushaka yantascha buddhaya vyavasayina. If one is focused with the lotus feet of Krishna, then that girl is the best girl, or that boy is the best boy, because he doesn't have any other vyavasaya, he doesn't have any other hankerings, no material desires. The material desires are there, then he goes here and there. And nowadays they don't go even to the devatas also. They go to some clubs, pubs and all. So that is why we have to be very careful in upbringing our children. And then we should select the boy or the girl based on his devotion. And that is how the horoscope, what the horoscope speaks about. The horoscope speaks about the lakshanas, the qualities of the girl and the boy. Because by just seeing the astrological chart, we can understand that how deep is the devotion of the daughter or the son. That is why astrological chart is seen. How the mind is focused, how much senses are controlled. Seeing that astrological chart mentions it, and seeing that only boy or girl is selected. So here we'll stop. Here the desire of Sachi Mata is there. And tomorrow we'll see how even Sanatan Mishra also desired to have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his son-in-law. Any questions? No questions. Okay. We have been celebrating Kartik Mahotsav practically for 1 month. It started with October 9th. It was Ashwin Purnima. And from there we started Kuchakari Purnima, Sharad Purnima, we can say. And for 1 month practically we are celebrating. Devotees are also sincerely coming. And we have seen that many new devotees, this Lagukatha became a super hit because new devotees, there's another group NLDT online in which 100 families have joined. And yesterday we can see that how many new people have taken interest. 100 new families because of the Lagukatha organized by the devotees. So helping in the mission is also considered to be the highest devotion. So devotees have really done very good work organizing Lagukatha, and in this way increasing our congregation, giving devotional service opportunity to others also. Here our Nayana Manjari is playing flute. You want to chant? You want to chant?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Why do we know school?
Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Pachitaram Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namo.
Jai Ho, Haripol. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol Nan Manjari, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Nan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please come to Deepdan program today. Guru Gorai. Address is just mentioned over here. I am again putting in the group. The cow seminar as well over here by Narayani Mataji.